Alright, hey guys, welcome to the shop. Today I'm going to be putting together the X-Carve X controller. Um, I've been wanting the X-Carve for about a year and a half, probably. Um, Pretty excited. My order shipped in completely about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and then I had to go out of town. So I did not get to make this video as soon as I wanted to. I really wanted to get this put together and already be producing stuff, but it has not happened. So, my theory behind the X-Carve. I really like the X-Carve. I think it's a solid machine. I love that it's open source. But I have to customize everything. So, I ordered all the base components for the X-Carve, but I did not order the motion switches, or the end stops, which I already have, based on another machine that I was going to build off of a rep wrap controller. I also picked up upgraded NEMA 23 motors that should provide a little more holding torque and give me a little more oomph for what I need when I'm working with metals. So, put that there. So today's job is to assemble the X controller, and I think I'm going to do it without instructions. It's extremely straightforward. Just looking at the packs and looking at the way everything goes together. So first we want to mount the new power supply. So I did notice online that they had a new power supply that they just started shipping. All indications are that this comes with exactly the right amount of equipment. To get the job done. You may also notice this table that I'm working on. I just built the table over the weekend. Fabricated this guy on my own. It's really cool. It's you'll see in later videos that the tabletop itself is big enough for my 1000 by 1000 millimeter X-Carve. But there are also compartments inside the table. I caught a couple of videos on YouTube where they had downdraft in the middle of the table. So I took that concept and kind of worked out my own little concept. But basically it's 3/4 MDF on the top, 3/4 on the bottom, and then that's sandwiched together on some solar board that I had left over from another project I was working on. But anyway, that's all standing up, it's all sandwiched together, glued together, and then there's chambers inside this table that will be exposed on the table and get the X-Carve put together. Didn't want to wait for the X-Carve to be put together, so here we are, because I am impatient sometimes. These have to be the right screws. So, back to work we go. We'll probably just put this together and test fit everything first. Then I'll come back and tighten up everything. The one thing I am going to change on the controller itself are the button caps. So since this has an EPO, emergency power off switch, which is very nice, very nice. It also has the feed hold, cycle start, and the reset. So what I'm gonna do is, I had from my rep wrap system, I had another board that I had set up on some perf board, and hopefully these button caps will fit, and I believe they will. So what I'm going to do is change the colors on these to be more appropriate with their job. So we're going to do cycle start with the green, we're going to feed hold yellow, and reset is going to be red. Oh yeah. That's good. See if I have the right size. That one's not it. There we go. So the first step is putting in the power supply. Like I said, it's the new power supply that they just started shipping in October. Was on the website the other day and noticed that I didn't get the same power supply that everybody else has been getting. Since I did order my machine about, oh man, probably 8 weeks ago, I think. It has taken a while to get here. I'm going to go ahead and put these in just to keep this off of the table and keep from scratching anything up. These will likely come out and this will get screwed to the table. I did not order this sideboard. Everything I read said that was pretty much just a waste of time if you're more than a hobbyist. Some people may need that. I don't think I need the sideboard. So the next thing is we pull the screws up on. I guess I should have done that before. So this camera angle we have. So we want the DC plus, DC minus, ground, and neutral, and live for the mains voltage. Pull all those screws out. I always find it easier just to go ahead and put the screws back in so that they hold the screws. And we'll set this back in here just like that. And we'll start each screw. We'll do that, and we'll test fit here. And looks like our test fit's good to go. The end frame fits over, so now I'll gently tighten these screws up without stripping them or damaging the post. I've seen that happen before on these power supplies. I have probably 3 or 4 of these type power supplies. This is by far the best quality one I've seen. That just looks like a regular Chinese package of power supply. So one of the big upgrades everybody is talking about is the connectors for the motors and all the components of the actual X-Carve itself, which is really nice. Feel like they probably should have done that on the first round, but hey, it was the first round, so can't fault them too much. I don't think they really had an idea what was going to happen with the X-Carve when they first made it. It was just they were pissing in the wind, and some piss blew back on them, and next thing you know, we've got a business. So next we need, we'll go the other way. So connect the ribbon cables, and then we have another ribbon cable here, and uno mas, connecting to, these are really nice ribbon cable connectors too. I like that everything has been thought out so that things don't accidentally come loose. I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of videos actually showing the X-Carve controller, but it is freaking awesome. Very well laid out, very well put together, high quality parts. I called X-Carve because I was not going to buy the X-Carve the X controller originally, but I called the guys at X-Carve to verify that the machine would run my bigger stepper motors, and they said it would run those stepper motors with no problem. So I was like, you know what, since it's all packaged up, it's all slick and everything is the way it ought to be, I'll go ahead and buy the X controller, which saved me quite a bit of time from actually having to completely build it. Originally, like I said before, I was going to use a rep wrap. I actually started the build of a rep wrap. I have a smaller CNC Chinese job that I bought off of Amazon a couple of years back, and it works. I like it. It definitely gave me the bug to start doing CNC more, and you know, to try to make some type of business out of it, which is kind of where I'm at now. Some people watching will know that we started a company called BS Tech Fab, and that stands for Brad Sarah Technology Fabrication. So far we like it a lot. We recently went to the extreme and purchased a large embroidery machine. Basically the high end of the kind of DIY machines. It's really nice, I like it. It's a lot faster than the one we had before. Plus it's a 10 needle machine, so a lot less color changes on the threads, and everything just seems to work better. Okay, now I have a lot of screws. And I need to find a lot of places to put a lot of screws. So my guess is, because I refuse to look at the instructions, that this goes here. That's probably wrong. No, it's gotta be it. These go here. Put these little nuts on the back. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm fairly new to the YouTube thing. I've been watching a ton of videos like Big Clive and Ave, and Off the Ranch and Demo Ranch and all that different stuff. And I don't know if anybody watches Great Scott, but he's pretty good. I like his His videos are always pretty interesting. Most of all, you guys should come back and check out my videos because I'm gonna have some pretty cool stuff coming up. I'm gonna get better at the whole YouTube thing, and my videos are gonna be awesome. They're gonna be great, in the words of Trump. It's gonna be tremendous. So, yeah, we'll see. Ah, plastic threads. Plastic threads! What the? Come on, plastic threads, let's go. Let's get the... Ah. Put that one. No. Yes, no. One around here that fits those. Got it. Now, if this isn't how this goes together, I might be really pissed off. Alright, so, have our power buttons, have our power leads for the EPO, USB port, USB cable. Now we have the back plate. And on the back plate, we will put the fan. Let's do the fan. Yeah, for sure. I don't like that. Right up against the heat sink. Really push that air. Oh, maybe they want it on the inside. We definitely want to pull that air in and create turbulence. So let me put this together. We have no lock washers. We do like lock washers. Shit doesn't rattle loose. We'll see. Like I said, we're doing this without instructions. I want to show how easy it is. I mean, some common sense is needed, but I think most people who are messing with this kind of stuff have enough common sense to be able to figure out a few piece parts. When we get to the gantry, I'll definitely have to look at the instructions. So because I did not buy the motors, the stepper motors, the NEMA 23s that come with the X-Carve, I will be building my own cables, which my understanding is X-Carve provides a really nice setup for the cables, and I noticed that their stepper motors, they have the built-in connectors for the cables instead of the raw cable coming out of the back of the motor. But I have a solution for that as well. Video. Does this one fit? Ah! No! No! That fits though. It'll be enough to get this tight. Get these screws on here. Once I have my X-Carve all running and everything's just chugging right along, I'm definitely going to get a laser engraver to go along with this. I'll probably start out with the add-on engraver. That will attach to the DeWalt spindle. But I eventually want to get a a cathode tube. Full legit engraver. Oh yeah, and before you forget, you want to put this on because this has to slide all the way through. I'll go put the back on. Alright. This is much easier than I thought. I mean, I thought it would be easy, but I didn't know it was going to be that easy. This is pretty much chick in the bar at 145, easy. Alright. Now I want to turn it around. And we shall go down there. Slide this most of the way in. You know what? I'll have to adjust those anyway. So for now, for assembly, just for grins, we'll go ahead and it's a brand new mat. So damn sticky. So with this, you pull this up a little bit, slide that over. This pops out. And you had a ring on the bouton. It's probably easier if I go ahead and make these connections. Got a short cable, long cable. Short cable obviously wants to go to the near side. And if you look in, how focused this is. The GoPro style camera is a little different. Of course, I'm also filming on my iPhone, so we may have video angles back and forth, but for now, I'm assuming that we're going to use the footage from the 4K camera. And for the record, a number 2 slot or number 2 Phillips is too big. So I will use a smaller flat blade, even though I do not like flat blade screwdrivers. I don't want to leave you guys high and dry and go dig through my toolbox. Alright, there's that. It's nice and tight like a toy. So I'm going to put this in with this facing this way because it will make things a little easier to be able to get to that. So I'm going to put the ring behind the back. I'm going to tighten this bad boy down. Nice and tight. And then we'll take this and we will loosen up the ring so that I can adjust where. If you look at this, you probably want this to be lined up with the notch on the switch. So that one is not the right one. And this one will find the correct hole. Okay. We'll eventually find the right one. Okay, there we go. So, actually, if you look at it, I guess it's marked right there, a little dimple on the switch side. So you want that dimple on the switch side. Tighten this guy down, because once this is put on, it does have to be turned. So that should kill all power. Tighten all that around there. Alright. Oh, there we go. Alright. Wish I could tighten that down a little better. I think every time I turn it to... Oh, there it goes. So, there's the controller with the EPO. Push it, turn it to the right, push it down, pops it, turn it to the right, re-engages, push down, pop. Bada boom, bada bing. Now, we will need to take this off. See if the screwdriver fits. It does, but it's not the correct size. So here we go. So the screws actually come delivered in the USB bracket. So now we'll take the other front panel, or the other enclosure panel, and connect the USB port. Give us our external USB access. I suppose if you wanted to, you could use a micro USB or mini USB and run it straight in instead of having another join point, but I'll build it the way they sent it, and if I decide to change it later, I'll change it later. I'm getting pretty excited. I'm really excited about getting this all put together. It's really hard to like set up for a video, and when you really could just put this together in like 10 minutes. But when you decide you want to do a video, then you got to find camera angles, you got to figure out how all this stuff goes together. This is a lot of work. Oh yeah, it fits nice. Very nice. So I got 4 more screws. And these will use a small, I think it's this one. Why, yes it is. There's that one. Since I paid for my X-Carve, I will give you an honest and fair opinion on pretty much every detail of this dude. Has a as time goes by, I'm sure I'll be irritated and I'll be happy and I'll be irritated and I'll be happy. It would be really cool if I could have got one of the demo units that they were giving out when they first came out with the new X-Carve. Would have been really nice. But I did not have an X-Carve at the time. All I had was my little CNC machine, which I can bring over here and show you in just a second. Once I get this put together, I think I'll bring it over. I do have a couple of videos on YouTube of my old CNC machine putting in work, but it's just super small and I needed something bigger, so you know, here we are. I don't like the way that sticks out, so I am now going to turn this. Somehow. Which am I going to turn it? Loosen that up. Turn the whole thing. Now we're going to turn it. Tighten that up. Push that in. That's much better. Alright, if I have 2 more screws that need to go in here. I believe these are the stops for the board inside. Well, I guess they are. Super easy. Now my phone is ringing. It's probably my sales rep from Netgear. He called me yesterday, left a message, and I called him back. Told him to call me today when he had a chance. You know what? So, alright. That was tight, that was tight. Outside of having to adjust the steppers, this thing is done. As far as physical configuration, I need to flash GRBL or gerbil, however you want to say that. I don't like gerbils. Ever since people used to let them crawl up their ass, it's just don't like gerbils anymore. Let's see. Alright, so those are all connected. Front panel's in. Changed out the buttons. Got the custom buttons going on. And now we'll tighten these up. Tight. 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 And tight. Alright. Freaking awesome. We got a power cable and we'll make sure that this powers up. And if this powers up, we will end production on this video, and we'll start the new video in a day or two. Maybe this afternoon, if I can get around to doing that. I'd really like to, because I really want this machine running before the weekend. I have several things I already need to make. So we will apply power. Power applied. The fan is already on. And now I turned it off. There we go. Check it. Check it out. So we're powered up. We're good to go. There it is. And then, oh, there it goes. Pop the EPO. Reset the EPO. Pop the EPO. Power goes out, machine stops running, everything stops working. Theoretically that would stop it if it were running, but if you just need to shut the whole shit down, muy pronto, you just hit the EPO. Put a little emergency power off on that bad boy and you're done. Alright. So that's it. That's the X-Carve X controller. Thanks for listening, taking time. Do all the things that everybody on YouTube says to do, you know, click, subscribe, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. There'll be more videos on the way, and look forward to bringing them to you. This is pretty exciting. Kind of like it. So, peace. Have a great day.